All I say to people is spend 5 minutes with yourself every morning. But people say they don't have time. But then if their friend calls them up and say, hey, do you want to go out for dinner? They'll say, sure, let's go out for dinner.
This is a weird one for me.
We're constantly ruining our own understanding of our own real identity by putting on fake costumes.
Rise and shine, it's espresso time.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and this channel was created to help you overcome the #1 challenge that is holding you back, a lack of belief in yourself. You watch these videos because you know there's something more inside you too. You have Michael Jordan level talent at something. So let's start your day off right together. Grab your coffee and sip on today's message from Dandapani. Also, if you want to have more motivation and self-love, check out my 254 series. They're free. The links to join are in the description below.
The quality of your life is essentially determined by how you carry this one. Yes or no?
No one on planet Earth can stop you from accomplishing and achieving what you want.
But if I wanted to get to know you and Christoph really well, I have to spend time with both of you. So just say if I lived in Hamburg and every week we went out to dinner or lunch and I spent 2 hours with you and Christoph, then after a year, the three of us would get to know each other very well. Because every week you're spending 2 hours with me. You know what I like, what I don't like, when I'm cranky, when I'm upset, what makes me happy. Most people never spend any time with themselves. So how would they know what they want in life, right? So the only way I can get to know someone is by spending time with them, right? So if you ask someone, how much time do you spend with yourself? Most people say, they don't spend any time. They say, oh, when I walk the dog, that's when I spend time. That's my alone time. I say, no, that's you walking the dog.
Because on one hand you're walking the dog, and then on the other hand you're probably like on your phone.
Yeah, or if you live in New York, you're avoiding traffic, you know, trying not to get run over. And so if some people say when I go to the gym, that's my alone time. No, you're lifting weights. You can't call that alone time. When I say alone time, I mean sitting down in your home quietly, no headphones, no music, no nothing, your eyes closed, maybe sitting cross-legged on the floor if you can, if not sitting on a chair, and just going inside and asking yourself questions, having a conversation. But it's so, and people say, oh, I don't have time for that. But it's so fascinating, right? If someone, all I say to people is spend 5 minutes with yourself every morning, having a conversation, the same way I would have a conversation with you and your husband. But people say they don't have time. But then if their friend calls them up and say, hey, do you want to go out for dinner? They'll say, sure, let's go out for dinner. And they'll spend 2 hours with their friend having dinner, but they don't have time for themselves. Do you know how many 5 minutes there are in 2 hours? There's 24 5 minutes segments.
Yes.
That means you can sit with yourself every day for 5 minutes for 24 days straight if you skip dinner. People will make time for other people, but they won't make time for themselves.
So this is gonna be a weird one for me. I don't know how much value I'm gonna bring to you on this one, but I'm gonna give you a peek inside my head and we'll see where it goes. I feel like I'm always spending time with myself. I'm always talking to myself. I'm always reminding myself of how awesome I am, of the ideas that I have are great and I need to start acting on them. I'm very aware of my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, and whenever it's not feeling right, I switch. And I'll switch on a dime. As soon as this YouTube channel stops feeling worth it, not fun anymore, wrong energy, I'm out. And I'll just leave it behind. I move on and go do something else. I think the same thing of meditation. I haven't been able to maintain and find value in a meditation practice because I think there's two sides of meditation, and I've only recently learned the difference. The first is about focus and presence. I'm always focused, I'm almost always focused in presence. I'm 85% in the moment focused and 15% thinking about the future and 0% thinking backwards. Somebody asked me that question, how much time do you spend past, present, future in your day-to-day? Like 0 about the past. That's why I have a poor memory. Mark Drager says I have a poor memory. I just don't live in the past. So I don't remember most things because they don't matter to me. they don't apply to me. I'm not thinking about, even when you ask me how old I am, I have to think about the year. Who cares? I was born in 1980, May 20th, 1980. How is that relevant? Because you want to compare your journey to mine, that I've come this far at 39 and you made it this far at 24 or 54 or whatever. I don't know. I just don't think that way. I think zero going backwards. And then most of the time is present and a little bit future, forward thinking. Whenever I'm feeling stuck, I'll spend more time with myself. If I feel like I need to go for a walk, I'll go for a walk. It's just paying attention to feelings. Another conversation I get into with Mark constantly is, I don't remember what I said, but I remember how I felt. And that's mostly where I live, just in the lands of feelings and constantly talking to myself. And so this message was a little bit hard for me, but I recognize that I'm probably a super weird duck. In my conversation with people, I recognize that this is not normal. So I don't know how to teach it. And maybe that becomes the next evolution of what I end up doing. I don't know, it doesn't feel right. See, even in the language, right? It doesn't feel right now, but maybe it'll become something. So that's the first part of meditation, is just focus, mindfulness, being present. And that's super easy for me to do. This is just super easy to do. Again, I don't know if it's been trained or it's in me. I've done multiple meditations with different experts all the way up to the top. Meditation with, Tony Robbins and Sadhguru and the top, like the best of the best. And I've never felt the altered state of consciousness, which is the second part of meditation. So focus, presence, mindfulness is easy to do. I could chew a cookie for an hour. When I was in university, I would do that just as a test. So chew a cookie for an hour, and it became this kind of gum. Right? One of the greatest strengths, and maybe weaknesses too, for me being an entrepreneur, is when I'm focused on something, it's all I can focus on. I don't get distracted by other things. I don't want to be distracted by other things. What I'm going to make in this moment is going to be gold. It's going to be amazing. I need to go off and continue to create, and I can't let go. I can't let go of the bone. Like, I can't let go. This thing has to happen. I'm going to will it into existence. There's no other option. And I'll throw everything else away, because this thing is all that matters right now, just this. The other side of meditation is altered state of consciousness, which is more like sleeping is an altered state of consciousness, where you don't feel the time pass when you sleep, right? Where when I'm meditating, some people can meditate and go 8 hours of meditation and says it feels like it was 5 minutes. That's not me. I could sit there for an hour or however long and not be distracted and not have to get up to pee or whatever. Focused, I can do that, great. But it feels like an hour. If you ask me how long would it be, I'd guess about an hour. I haven't found how to hit that alternate state of consciousness where you're sitting for an hour, but it feels like 40 seconds. So that's my next journey into meditation. If you guys have resources, ideas, suggestions of how to hit that, I've never felt that in any meditation session I've been through. And so I see the same thing as spending time with yourself. I feel instantly that I'm always spending time with myself. That even these videos that I make, I'm making them for you, but it's a conversation with myself. I'm thinking about what I want to say. I'm proud of myself for saying it. I try to understand the message. I'm attention to how I'm feeling, whether I need to have some more water, whether I need to go take a break, go out and play with the dogs. I honestly think more people are capable of it. I think it's just trusting your feelings and intuition. I might get up after this and just go play with my dog and have a conversation with him. Or I might just go decide I want to change my hoodie and talk to myself while I do it. I don't know. I just might decide to do that. I think everybody actually has that. We're just ignoring it. We're just saying, oh, shut up, I'm focused on this. We're tuning out our voice because we're too focused on a million other things at the same time. Anyway, I don't know if that makes sense. This is a weird one for me, but I thought I'd put it in because for most of these videos, for most of the points, I have a clear, concise message. I know what I want to get across. I've heard the message before. I have my point of view on it and I want to share. This one is a little less structured for me. It's a little more challenging, more difficult for me. And instead of telling my team, no, I don't want to do this one on Dandapani, go find another one that I can talk to, I said, no, let's take it on and see where it goes. So hopefully you found value. I'd love to know your perspective. I'd love to know your thoughts. Let me know if you talk to yourself, if you want to spend more time talking to yourself, if you have feedback on the whole meditation, altered state of consciousness, let me know, put it down in the comments below. And if you made it this far in the video, I want to celebrate you. Give me a hashtag believe down in the comments as well.
We're so lost in these false identities.
Right.
In the same way as the body's one identity, like, and then the second identity is, oh, well, I'm from the US, you're from the UK. I'm from India, you're from Africa. That's one other identity. It's another layer we've added to ourselves. Then another one is, I'm from this city, like rep my city, right? Like I'm representing my city. I'm New York versus Chicago versus London versus whatever. And then beyond that, it's like my sports team.
Right.
And then beyond that, it's like my family.
Now it's social media.
Yes, now it's social media. It's my following, my this. And it's like we're constantly ruining our own understanding of our own real identity by putting on fake costumes.
Yeah.
And it's like becoming a method actor.
Right.
Like we're all method actors where we're lost in the identities we've created for ourselves.
Yeah.
So I often like to think of it like Inception.
Yeah.
Like we have lost ourselves in an identity, in an identity, in an identity.
Right. Like that, which I think you have talked about this before, that perception of a perception.
Correct. Yeah. One of my favorite quotes from Cooley is, I'm not what I think I am. I'm not what you think I am. I am what I think you think I am. And we lose ourselves in that.
Yeah.
But I want us to almost like be pulled back. It's like falling down a well and like being so deep, or falling into the ocean and being so lost deep, and you need someone to come and pull you out.
Yeah.
And it's almost like that's what we all need to do with ourselves.
If you want another amazing video highlighting excellence in the Indian community, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.